It has been a cold and busy Tuesday, but I've got an hour free tonight, so I want to see if I can get somebody's Samsung TV up and running. Hello peeps, seen that? My Hisense didn't last very long, did it? That's the Hisense we repaired. This one over here. Put a new backlight in it. And bearing in mind I only have it on for 2 hours a day. Disgusting. But anyway. We're actually going to be trying to repair, with a capital T, a much worse television than that. One of Samsung's best design combined with one of Samsung's worst ever screens. A screen that was designed to get you through warranty, maybe a bit extra if you didn't use it too much, and then fail. How many times have we seen that on this channel? Right, let's switch this on and see what happens. I've got a feeling it's going to be doing a bit of power recycling, as we call it. Maybe it's doing that now. Let's turn the lights off. Yeah. It is. So backlights are on. Then the backlights are off. And it's probably gone into its 2-blink code. No, not yet. Came on again for a second. It will go into its 2-blink code. Is it fixable? Possibly. I've got the exact same monitor just there. So it's fixable as in it comes back on, but the left-hand side picture is not as good as the right because they're split in two. So UE50 BU8000. It's not old. It's out of Samsung's warranty. I think this was one he was saying was bought online. Doesn't want to go chasing for his 6-year stamp your feet and you will get some results, but some people just don't want to do that. Anyway, so let's take the back off it. And do what we do. Get the clips out here. So I'm going to be guessing it's going to be the right hand side because it normally is. Let me take the speakers out. Wibble that one out. Let me just dim all the lights again. We'll plug it back in. And possibly now the backlights will come on and stay on. Possibly. Here we go. Yeah. May have half a picture. I don't think we do on these, no. The problem with these is a tiny little chip just here on the right hand side. Which is short. Samsung will not send any out to anybody. They're not difficult to replace. They're tiny, but under a microscope they're pretty easy to replace. But Samsung won't send out to anyone. In fact, I think they've destroyed all their chips because they fail so quickly. And Samsung won't honour a warranty. So what really miffs me on behalf of customers is when an organisation just turns their back on the customer, and that's exactly what Samsung do with this particular TV. And Samsung should be hailed for the 6 years on this. But anyway, from what I remember, CKL1 was up there and to the right. But it's not a perfect fix. It's a fix for the customer. It's not a perfect fix, as I don't think it's a living room TV. Does that make sense? But, you know, workshop type TV. Or something to keep you going until you find something in the sales. Let's switch on. There we go, picture back. And just in case you've never seen us do this before, wanted to know exactly where I put that piece of paper, on the right hand side brown ribbon cable there is a 2 centimetre brown line, and that's exactly where to stick the ribbon cable. You sometimes have to move it a millimetre to the right or left, but that's where it goes. On this particular occasion I got it first time. I take it all back, that's an excellent picture. Excellent picture. And I can see where the line of information has gone, because there is a line at the top. If you just look at the top of the screen, can you see the line? That's where the fault is. But the fact the line is there is fine. That's at the bottom. It will really get noticed. Really get noticed. And it means that the rest of the screen is absolutely perfect. That's what it means. So the customer on this particular occasion is a lucky one, and they should continue to work fine unless that chip develops another short, but it may do, it may not. But I'm sure the customer will appreciate that working again. That's a living room TV, that's fine. I'm sure the customer will appreciate that working again. I'll just put it all back together, and I'll even give him the speakers back. That's how good I am today. I will even let the customer have the speakers back. As you can see, it's got that line at the bottom. But better having the line there than there or there. Never 100%, but for a 10-minute cheap fix, the customer gets his TV. But shame on Samsung for running away from the customer and not letting TV repair chaps have the chip so we can do it properly. So many of these, I would say 90% of these are already in the recycling centre. Terrible, but what can you do? Not a lot, and the guy doesn't, I don't think he's one of those types that wants to stamp his feet and complain. But I'm glad I've helped him.